Ahoy, ahoy, welcome back to my channel. So I figured today I'd just give you guys a slight update about things. Hope you guys had a good Easter or spring break whenever you took it. Let's see here. 2 days ago, I got two teeth extracted. They were heavily damaged and they couldn't do anything about it. Like, we're talking about half the tooth was gone. Because these were two teeth that I thought it was one tooth that was badly damaged. Like, I thought there was a big hole in it, but apparently it was two teeth that shared the same cavity, basically. And that happened to me, like, that decay happened about 15 years ago, maybe. Because it was, like, the first thing I got fixed by the dentist when I moved to Sweden. And the filling shattered this past December. And, yeah, I went off and on if I would call the dentist and say, look, you guys need to see me because it gets painful at times, but I didn't because the pain wasn't constant and I could handle it with pain meds like Tylenol. So I had a dental appointment late last month in March. It's actually the last day of March. And they decided to extract these two. It was a wisdom tooth and it was a molar. And yeah. And the funny thing is, on Monday, before I went in, they actually started hurting a lot. So it was like they were reminding me why I was extracting them. Now, usually when you hear people getting a tooth extraction, especially a wisdom tooth, you know, there's usually like videos of them being high off their asses from the anesthesia they gave them, like the laughing gas. But they don't do that here in Sweden for that. At least the two dentists I've been to. And one's a private practice and one's state run. Because if you don't know, well, we do have a universal healthcare system in Sweden. There are private centers that you can go to if you don't want to go to a state-run health center. And it's the same thing for dentists, except the problem is that dentistry doesn't fall under the Swedish universal healthcare system. So it's more pay out pocket for that than normal healthcare. So I went to a private dentist because the state run is like the queue to get an appointment is very long. Like when I called to get an appointment, when things were beginning to ease up with the pandemic, even though Sweden wasn't really hit by a lot of restrictions and stuff, you know, you couldn't go to the dentist much. So they were backed up when this was probably in 2021 or something like that. And so like in 2021, they had like a 7-year backup in their queue. So I went to a private run dentist. But then again, when I had a wisdom tooth taken out in 2014, a few weeks before my daughter was born, they didn't do the gas then. And it was at a state-run dentist. Although I think at that point they turned it into a private dentistry. But it was state-run initially. But they didn't do the gassing then because, you know, I was pregnant with my daughter and stuff. So they had to do 2 needles to numb the area. I think on Monday it was just one. That or I was so out of it with the first Novocaine that... Because I do get high off of Novocaine, oddly enough. I get very giddy and stuff, so maybe I didn't notice, but I didn't dare look at the needles because I have a fear of needles, so... But anyway, I didn't get any nitrous oxide, so you guys couldn't see the fun things I would say or do being on it because they don't do that with adults. They do it with kids, but they don't seem to suffer the effects At least they give. I think they give them a low dosage and stuff because my kids have had that while being of having a tooth extractor. So, but anyway, so I had 2 teeth taken out on Monday, and they numbed the area, and this time it didn't hurt like it did in 2014. Because like in 2014 when you did the second shot, I actually cried a bit. Like I didn't like sob, but like I had a tear rolling down my cheek and stuff. And they told me to take, painkillers before I came over. In Sweden, the major painkiller is Avedon, being from the States. And every time I go back to the States, my Samba wants me to get Tylenol, because Tylenol is a lot stronger. Although, Avedon's pretty strong too in its own sense, but I think Tylenol is a lot stronger. But anyway, I took that before I went, and the Tylenol that I took is good for 8 hours. And it was actually good that I took it too, because when the teeth were still in my mouth, they were being a pain in the ass. And so I get there, they numb me up, they extract the teeth, and it wasn't painful, but what I hate about extractions, as well as dental work in general, is the sound. I have sensory issues. They are part of my disorder, which is still vague to you all. But yeah, my disorder causes sensory issues too. And sound is a big one of them. So it was really hard because they can't do anything about the sound. I could, if I want to, get something that would calm me and stuff, but I was able to handle it. It's not that bad. It's just annoying. It's not like excruciating, like painful for me to hear stuff like that. It's just annoying. And since 2 teeth were being taken out together, they had to use stitches or a suture. And I got a little bit more restrictions of what I can do and what I basically can't do and can do. So I can't lift up anything heavy because they're afraid that the pressure that it would cause, the increase in pressure that would make your heart pump more, would actually cause the bleeding to happen again. And I think even the suture just snap or something like that. Something along those lines. And then on the day that I had it done, I wasn't to exercise, even though I did all my exercising before I left. I wasn't to eat, drink, or rinse my mouth for 2 hours. I had to bite down on something like this. See those cotton thingy bobs? I had to bite down on that for like 40 minutes. And I was instructed if it started bleeding again to do it for another 30, 40 minutes. And, just take it easy and stuff. So even a few days later, I'm still not allowed to lift anything heavy, which is fine. I don't do much weightlifting to begin with, and I was careful when I went to the store to make sure that I get little bottles of soda rather than big bottles of soda, because I'm addicted to soda. So, but no, that's not what caused the decay. I was eating a snow crab, or it was a Dungeness, I think. Maybe king crab. But yeah, it was like sometime shortly after I had tests. And I was eating crab, and I must have bit down on a shell or something, and it just shattered. That's what caused the decay in the first place. And so, Had to go to the dentist, get that fixed, and then feeling shattered years later. Unless I'm thinking about something else. Maybe thinking of something else. Because, maybe that happened when I was brushing my teeth. That happens sometimes when you're brushing your teeth along the gum line and something breaks and stuff. So it could have been that from that too. So anyway. Right now, 2 days later, I'm still tired, but they said that's normal because your body's trying to heal itself and it takes a lot of energy out of you to do it. You know, because it's not just one hole it's trying to heal, it's two holes it's trying to heal. I haven't felt much pain, and when I do feel pain, it's usually like a slight grinding. Almost like it felt when the teeth were still there, but that was a lot stronger, because sometimes the pain was bad enough where it was radiating up the side of my face right here. But I didn't have that happen after I got the teeth taken out. And, you know, the pain's been pretty manageable. I haven't had really much pain, really. I've been feeling a little bit headachy, but that might be because of the weather, because weather's been drunk lately. But I did have to open my mouth up a lot, and that does cause me to be headachy because I have a small mouth, so, yeah. So, yeah, I've been dealing with that. I've been dealing with something else, but I don't exactly have permission to talk about it. So, yeah, just been going through those two things, and then the kids were out for spring break. I think not last week, but the week before. So, just giving you guys an update about what's been going on and stuff and all that. So, well, I'm sorry you guys couldn't see me all high from drugs when they took out the teeth, but they don't do that kind of thing here. They just give you extra strength, super duper Novocaine. That works wonderfully. So yeah, if you like this video, smash the like button. If you subscribe, I'll be absolutely delighted. And I'm actually considering, I'm kind of getting an idea what direction to take the channel in. I'm thinking about making it a review channel and referring to myself as the review queen. If you like this idea, let me know in the comments if YouTube doesn't disable the comments. And I'll talk to you guys later. Toodles.